Hello contestants of the EWOW universe, it's me, Cary Huang, and it's time for EWOW 2B. Last episode, I asked you the prompt, 6 years ago, we feasted on Tide Pods. Which pods are we feasting on now? 8,623 of the total 16,607 contestants responded. Let's see how you all performed. So, 430 first place and up will gain 1 life. 4,397th place and up will gain 0 lives, and ranks 4,398th down to 8,623rd will lose 1 life. And the 7,984 people who didn't respond to EWOW 2 will automatically lose a life. Now, I know there are a few of you who did respond to EWOW 2 but with a different email, but to be honest, I did state clearly from the beginning, please stick with the same email throughout the season. It's how I'll identify and contact you. I know, it really does suck to lose a life over something so trivial, but everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Also, with the 16,000 of you competing, I really can't respond to the dozens of emails from you guys asking for extensions or case-by-case assistance, because the show will inevitably grind to a halt. The task is just to write 11 words, so if you wrote more and you're requesting me for an extension, it might have just been quicker to write the response in the first place. Often, less is more, and you'll be surprised with how well you do. Overall, consider each mishap a lesson learned for the future, and since none of you are eliminated yet, you all still have a chance to learn and win. 4,652 voters cast 19,513 votes in EWOW 2, which means the average voter cast a satisfyingly high 4.19 votes. It also means we got 3,000 more votes on EWOW 2 than on EWOW 1, which allows for EWOW 2's responses to get an average of 23 votes instead of 11. Also, every response got at least 5 votes, with some responses receiving triple digits. As promised, here's 3 shoutouts to exemplary voters. Sylvatic98 put informative little descriptions of each keyword. Limitless Chord 7319 discussed the importance of originality with high activity voters. And Henwith Tai 1346 felt bad for the EWOWer who didn't get a vote last time, so they voted so many times it doesn't even fit on the screen. Massive thank you to the 3 of you, and also the thousands of others who voted multiple times. So this is crazy, but the person who won EWOW 2 is Chi Knits, who I believe is the same person who won TWOW 9B back in early 2016. So crazy, you're a 2-time winner, Chi Knits, and they said, octopus, cuttlefish, squid, oh my. A cephalopod buffet I can't deny. So it rhymes. I'm actually reading this live. This is my blind reaction. Second place is Twisty Bit, who says, now we, EWOW contestants, hunger for the greatest pod, the podium. And crazy enough, they got silver on the podium. They're in the top 3, so they got that podium. And then third place is the graphical harmonicist, who says, Plants vs. Zombies, P-pod shooters are very high in vitamin D defense. So, it's a very vintage tower defense video game that I loved playing as a kid. And these people all scored above 92%. Now look at this. In EWOW 1, a lot of people at the top got 3, 2, 1 votes. It wasn't as impressive because there was so much noise, but now the responses are getting between 10, 20, and 30 votes. Also in the top 20, we have Noslemi Jones, Stealthy Septile, Italic 177, Thanos Whale, Jogo, Jeshua, Rainbow Knight, and Scorb, Snowy Packle, who I know is an animator for Inanimate Insanity, The Pink Bunny Empire, G-Man, Loser the Loser, PX Fyroini, Crystal Birdie 277, Boost Glitch 357, Minor Dill, Mock, and Algo.oo. I see a lot of mentions of cephalopods, escape pods, the iPod. So this is ranks 1 through 20. Here is 21 through 40. I'm just going to go through them quickly. 41 through 60. I will show them in a more formal place later. And here's 61 through 80. And look who somehow ranked 65th. It's me. And I did not expect to perform this well. I mean, percentage-wise, I actually did worse than EWOW 1, but my rank is somehow better. So thank you so much, voters. And my response was, in 2024, we've chosen PEAPODS. People eat acronym pods over dinner. And I thought I was being clever. I also see Jujumus in 70th. They composed Skyline back in 2016 as well. Farewell, 2018's Forbidden Snack. Bean pods bring a healthier, non-toxic crunch. Alright, it's time for fun histograms. So if you use 10 words or fewer, which is about a quarter of you, 2,000, then your average score was diminished to 36%. But if you used more than 11 words, that's even worse, 30%. But hit the nail on the head with 11 words and your average score is 55%. A whopping 848, or about 10% of EWOWers, mentioned AirPods in EWOW 2. That was seen as a bit unoriginal, so the average score was lowered to 49.7, but that's so close to the mean it comes out in a wash. But if you use the word escape, well, that's only 248, much fewer, and that boosted to 57%. More originality. Use the word P like I did, and the average score is like 52%. It doesn't really matter. iPod, 54%. Did you use the word podium like TwistyBit did? That was so unique, only 42 people thought of doing it. And the voters loved it. They give it a score of 61% because of the clever wordplay and because it was so original. If you're one of the 1,900 people who used the word Tide, just like the original prompt that mentioned Tide Pods, then your average score was 49%, so pretty much a wash as well. So when you were asked the question, which pods are we feasting on now? If you answered none, like here, the voters did not like that. They wanted to see what happened if I searched my own name, Cary, and 55 of you, or about 0.6%, did mention me, so yay! So after 2 rounds of EWOW, a lot of people have lost lives. So how do you read this chart? Well, 3, look at the 3 here. That means that 2,888 EWOWers right now have 3 lives. They're basically right where they started. 6,870 EWOWers have only 1 life left. They're hanging by a thread, but that's the most common case to be in. I don't know how this happened. I think I'm just like getting really, really lucky. But I'm one of the 65 people who has 5 lives right now, so it's me and the other 64. My friend Ben posed the question, how many EWOWers after EWOW 3 might have 6 lives? And if there's no correlation, then about 5% of these 65, or about 3 people, will have 6 lives. I don't think that'll be me, but if performance across episodes is correlated, it'll probably be higher than 3. Here are EWOW 2's timestamps for the ranked leaderboards, alphabetical leaderboards, and contestant grids. Check them to see how well you did. But anyway, on to EWOW 3A. The third EWOW prompt is, our first EWOW friends will be eliminated this round. What does the EWOW afterlife look like? It's quite a bittersweet prompt indeed, but it's fitting given the context. To all 16,607 competing EWOWers, submit your responses to that prompt by May 5th, 2024 at 10 p.m. UTC. This is the last time every EWOWer can respond to that prompt because thousands will be eliminated by EWOW 4. To the 6,870 EWOWers who have just 1 life, you must respond to this prompt and do reasonably well, or else you're out. So please don't forget. Hopefully, we can get a higher participation rate than 51.9%. My prediction is that around 3,000 people will be eliminated due to non-response, and another 1,500 people will be eliminated due to placing in the bottom 49%, which means if you survive next round, you're in EWOW's final 12,000. But there's no way to know exactly that number until EWOW 3B. Exciting times we live in. Anyway, see you in EWOW 3A!